boko.
Ewurade adom bibia boko.
Yeda Yesu ase na yebesanda ase se ye frɛ ye na wonya wagye pini se woni yebetwetwe nkomo Max FM ni Max TV. Pacho de di kan musa ensema sisi wo Ghana football free na otwe be se mienu abesi ne efa tutwa asem ho a obi kura hwe ne nkwa de na wo kafa ho
me wo ne se ye nyina ho ni esi na ye dwunu wa enya kura anya de ko ye no se itasi most of the time afibia ye de reference no so de bia itasi most of the time afibia ye wo reference ya tete mo ne magasi ya ye ne mapia ayaka dia enya kura esi several times na ene kura ntino amma se at a point ya sha na ayedi ebinu pra na yankasa na etua ka ko so se bi ni amenamanti amma ye ni insurance company bi ya nsawoso amma at the moment no yen Referee Association of Ghana yen insure all the league referees Premier Division 1 man women any the referee manager nankasa so ka ya insure wunyina because of referee activities any omam future instructors no omunyina ya insure omunyina ka insurance no because of this particular type of attacks in Yemen, the insurance ebinima benefit. Oma ye attack last season in obunya benefits wo. Enti anya dia in fact the make say daddy ameboa for the past 3 days since Sunday be permanent there. Yakasa but it's quite difficult. I tough there. Nti anya kura ya dia anya enso ni kura.
Do you have a feeling that your members are largely at risk whenever there's a football game?
I would say yes and no. Yes, because sir, when you arrive at a match venue, sir, assemble and chassis at the time of play, no. And upon a pre-match conference, the president there can let you know that if this is the prelims, it means the main event, there'll be difficulty. Because Nipa could do, referee could do. Some I have some of these guys around. I've been a FIFA referee before. I know exactly what's happening. Some you be sure never see. Nay, I'm in match now. You be money never see. When you get to the pre-match, pre-match no who could do not say president that's who inside that. Where they I want to do Jano who. Someone you know it means as referees you tighten your belt and begin to raise your senses up to make sure that even though the police may be around for security, etc., so you take your own personal security in your hands and make sure that the people who are saying you restrict yourself to a particular small area and make sure that then you don't know how you manage to leave the venue. And I know there's a warm reception. Nothing saying the reception will tell you clearly that indeed today's game will be okay. Now, when you get that kind of good reception, there's no way that you find those things being transferred onto the field of play where supporters and spectators will engage each other. That is exactly what happens.
Interesting.
So yes and no, there's sanity here.
Right, but I need to be very blunt and honest with you. Among Bebrebe, well-meaning football followers in Ghana, top and low, have identified the core problem of violence and hooliganism at our various stadia, and they claim it is down to poor officiating. Do you agree?
Is it only refereeing that contributes to poor the hooliganism? No. Whoever said that, if I say I'll buy that as one of the issues, that will not be very.
Okay, so now let me rephrase it. Ubajatum said referees have contributed to hooliganism and violence by their actions on the field.
Some, if you say some, I will agree with you because you will not have the type of outstanding performance from all the referees. That's the first thing you should take note of. If you say factors, there are so many factors to that particular effect. It's like an octopus with so many limbs. Hooliganism is not only about referee poor performance of referees. I know some of our members have not lived up to expectation, and that is why we talk about constant training. When we have constant training, etc., the week in, week out, you will not have minimum. Even though there may be some challenges, but you have minimum. But that does not mean that if there's hooliganism, you take it upon yourself. Say the chinchina referee and the match that is not part of the issue. That is immaterial. You don't need to do that. The GFA.
Obianka CMU referee. So, but we are thinking aloud. Why must people even be suspicious of referees in the first place? Because develop wealth here, you follow me. People are not suspicious of referees, but yet the end there, it's like a trend, consistent trend.
And I make I say, to tell you the truth, in the past, Referee Association of Ghana, technical and fitness instructors were part of the refereeing, the committees having a letter to refereeing affairs within the FA before 2019. That's from 1957 to 2019. Most of our national instructors, were part of GFA, and they were the team that were running the affairs at the refereeing committee and all refereeing related committees within the FA. As we see today, from the very time that 2020 to date, Referee Association of Ghana have not been given the opportunity to send our members to be part of those particular committees. So how do we get them trained to the level that we require and to the level that our society would like us to be?
Okay, now.
We may not get it 100% right.
Sure.
But at least we know clearly that those days, if you don't go for your training on Saturdays, if you don't go for we call something post-mortem discussions on Thursday, there's no way that you get a match. But these days, the referee will be in his house, the names are mentioned, it's announced, and he takes his bag, he's gone. With no post-mortem discussion.
Mr. Saijah, so what is...
We expect them to be at that place. Greater Accra, when we became critical, Mr. Nunu is there. If you call him, he'll tell you. He's one of our instructors.
Who, Thomas?
He's my colleague.
Thomas?
Yes, he's my colleague. When he became critical, the both of us went to talk to the RFA chairman at Accra, Qatar. Qatar listened to us. There were some little outstanding debts with where we're having the meetings. He cleared it. They are doing it effectively here. Other RFA chairmen, some of them don't even want to hear the name Referee Association of Ghana. And there are referees there who are supposed to be officiating the Premier and Division 1. So when there are challenges coming from that end, will you bring the Referee Association of Ghana?
No. So this education you are giving us. So let me also find out from you, George. What is the working relationship, or what has been the collaboration between the Referees Association of Ghana and the referees manager, that department that has been created by the GFA? How does that working relationship, impact on the league?
Before referee Alex Cote took over as referee manager, everything was working without any challenge. I remember the very first time that Kurt won the election and his team won the election. The very first training that we had was at Pentecost Center at Kaswa. By then, Atifu was alive, my great friend. May his soul rest in peace. He was a national technical instructor. He was there with me. We did everything together. After Alex won this, Alex was employed and taken on, that particular relationship severed entirely. You want to suggest anything at all, you go to him, go and see the general secretary. You move from here and go to the general secretary. General secretary say, hold on, I'll discuss with Alex and get back to you.
Wow.
There are so many things that we wanted to do a particular training for instructors, but we saw that our refereeing was sinking. In 2021, to date, that particular training has never come on. They are aware. If you ask them, they should be able to tell you the truth. You talk, you say, no, go and talk to general secretary. We'll go to general secretary, you hold on, I'll get back to you. And that is why we are not talking. For the past 5 years, We're talking in the room. We never got any attention. That is why we're not talking in public. I wouldn't have spoken to you. In the past, I would have said no.
Can I ask you this very straight question? Do you think this FA under Ketokreku have not paid much attention to details about officiating and the welfare of referees?
It's a yes and a no question this time too.
So now break it down for me. Why yes and why no?
The yes is that he's done well in terms of giving us some clothing, referee uniforms, and hose without boots. We need gadgets have also been provided in all centers for the premier referees. That is, we have premier referees within all the centers. In terms of training, annually, they organize and we're going to teach them at Pram Pram. After that particular event, if there are going to be fitness instructors in Kumasi and Cape Coast, we'll go and that ends it. After that, I tell you, training is always a headache. That's why I'm saying there's a no. Positives are the ones I mentioned. But
so Ghanaian referees generally lack consistent training and upgrading, right?
Correct.
Wow.
You hit the nail right on the head. And that is why we come in. And the welfare comes in there. When we are there, they say we are welfare body. We know we are welfare body. But welfare body does not mean you should not train the referees. We should train them. We insure them. We insured. The JFA did not insure the referees. We insured all the premier referees, Division 1 referees, and the instructors. We insured them. And some of the referees who were assaulted last year and had issues were actually rewarded. They refunded and they made sure that the insurance company met their obligation. And they know exactly what we're talking about. So our main issue is, for the past 3 days, we sent a letter to GFA. Please, let us sit and discuss a few issues, especially about what happened this particular at Indian Stadium. Apart from that, we'll look at the performance. It's critical. A lot of people, well-meaning elders within the society, are complaining. What can we do immediately to instantly turn around the situation? We need to halt it, then see what we'll do positively to raise the curve upwards. That is what we are thinking about now. Not nobody saying anything to us. We're talking. That's the difficulty. And then my idea.
George Mibo, Myers, any move to meet the leadership of the GFM and put your grievances across?
Yes. Grievances in there. Virtually every month for the past 5 years. We stopped going there from December 20th. That was the last time I was at GFA. December 20th, 2024. That was the last time we went there. But apart from that, there was no day we'll go and they'll know. The one will go for that one, I'll salute them. They'll give us audience to meet them in their office. But whatever that we discuss will never be implemented for the past 5 years. And that is the difficulty.
In terms of, collaborating between RAG and the GFA, Obaka said they've not complied.
They've not complied to a majority of what you want them to do for us.
And now, I know I'm a referee. I come from Ghana.
Because as we speak now, most of our referees cannot talk because there's a complete culture of silence within. Now,
George, Mr. Musa, Sikana yadimo mwa yetadi omuka bebrebe no. I am be complaining and I'm part of your education kaka referee di ball back kwa send yadima no.
Previously 1,100.
Lord Fanny Hotel was 1,100 num.
Be all inclusive. And Division 1 is 750, all inclusive. Na sesia Lord Fair Ufriha Kodru wa Division 1 that's also Basamba. One tree crown for never 700 cities.
That's it, Canasa.
Midawasi. Thank you. Whether I decide whether I calculate mathematics. At least I'm a mathematician there. But at least my elementary school maths. In Tusha, hotel is a hotel. In a very serious hotel, amount to be 1,000 cities per night. But with the Yankasi standard, they are 500. 2 nights plus 600 nursing. Now, Nippon Division 1, 750. And we, the referees are pre-financing the league because they could do match. What about the sometimes 2-3 months and Sunday, I see. Some of the referees agree that they should pay them every 5 matches. No referee agreed to that particular effect. We are the leadership of referees. Obia and Penny say, you could do match and you met in train 5 matches and Sunday and is wrong and you know correct. Referee be Ampany. I had one school member, Mr. Odrosafu, said it. Tell him that nobody, no executive was there to discuss that thing with GFA to tell them that after every 5 matches they should pay.
And they say, almost the members nika saying.
They say, I know so much. I'm saying, no more your first 5. This is me checking out, Mr. Amba. But apart from that, somebody encountered that 2024, 2014.
Now, 2014.
Yes, 10 years. Now, 10 years, me do 10 years. Let's say, me be just kana. Me do 100,000 cities for 10 years. That's me chia. Over 10,000 over insurance and home the account. Will you just tell him to pay the
George,
100,000?
there's a young man here who is saying that you shouldn't make the case of 2014 because it's the past administration.
Thank you very much. Don't forget that in a corporate world, we call something assets and liabilities. When you are taking over an institution, you know whatever that you have there will be assets and there will be liabilities. The assets are the income that you earn, and the liabilities are the debts that you inherit. So for us, we still see GFA to be an ongoing concern. So both assets and liabilities apply here. Are you saying for the past years, 6 years, they've not got any money coming in at all, not even 1 cedi? So they should have looked inside to clear the debt. Who the can say, Unyeska, you go to clear your debt before you think about what to do next. But you don't let that one lie down and you feel everything is comfortable. It's wrong. That is accounting them, accounting to me just here. I'm a banker I understand that principle very, very well. You set off, clear your debt before you don't go ahead to incur further debt. But you don't abandon the old debt to say that there's an old administration, so they will have to come and pay. Are they going to come back? You've taken over, so you must pay. If tomorrow they decide to leave and a new team come, we will still stand by the decision that GFA is owing us. It's not, you are not talking about the individuals there. For the individuals, they don't owe us. But the body known as Ghana Football Association, the corporate body, is owing Referees Association of Ghana. Members. That's it.
Pacho, and say, what is the way forward?
The way forward is that we need an emergency meeting immediately with the GFA. See, they even call us today midnight to come. My members are in town. We will rush there and sit down and discuss it. We'll discuss 2 critical issues. And for the rest, we've actually forwarded it to the minister to sit down with us and GFA so that we'll iron out.
Issues, critical issues, we are going
to talk about what happened at Indom Stadium and way forward. The security. If really they are sure they've got everything right and they can get, because we are hearing that they want the MTN Cup to be played over the weekend. Is the security
George Mpacho, okay? Do you have an objection to that arrangement to let games go on this weekend?
I am coming. You are taking the win of the seal.
Sorry.
I am saying that we are hearing in the media that they want the distance to go on. MTN matches to go on. The question is, what is the security situation now? Is it okay? Is it beefed up? Are they ready for it? Because if we are not ready and the members go out to go and officiate, and something should happen to one, whom should you hold liable for that particular activity? Whom should we hold liable? Because we've seen the risk, and we proactively, we ourselves, we realize that we should do something to alleviate the distance of our members, and we decide to insure. We proactively insured our referees. But we are not saying because we've insured them, they should go and they should be allowed, they should be beaten up. So now that they still want to go ahead with the matches, are they sure that if they go to handle the matches, the security situation is okay and there will be no problem? If they are sure and they can guarantee, no problem, they should go ahead. But if they don't, and anyone is attacked, what happens? Who takes responsibility? Is it the Referees Association of Ghana or GFA? Or those who send them to go into that particular arena to go and officiate? Because you've seen it clearly on the wall. If the premier teams are refusing to go, they have better facilities and their stadiums are okay. And you still want to push people to go and do it. to go and officiate matches over there without telling us whether the security situation is okay. They want to sit with them and know one-on-one. We can sit under 15 minutes. The meeting is okay. Are you okay with it? Yes. Well, okay. We've taken this precaution. We've taken this precaution. We've taken this precaution. We'll be okay with it. We'll have no difficulty. That's all. Then we say, okay. If you
say, convinced that stadium no be protected for the FA Cup games enough for your officials.
We were all convinced after the unfortunate incident at Nsuatre. And what happened in Cape Coast? All of us were convinced that, they said they put in place a particular document that will take care of the security. What happened? Did that stop the guys from beating the referees in Indian Stadium mercilessly? No, it didn't. So as I'm talking...
But you wake up with your boy Kaka. Unim say a Indian phone, Elimina phone. On countless occasions, Omo deny say Omo do Omunsa Eka Morrison. But your Morrison could be born. Why report to him as chairman say bonana?
Now, when a fair police for Omukoyino. So Oma Mbuna, how did they come out? Oma Mbuna, how did the referee come out of the place? They were taking hostage for about 3 hours, more than 3 hours. Mena be fair police headquarters in Kaya. And I'm really information in my Cape Coast. And some Cape Coast you free in the whole. Now Ugo Dibo say, yeah, fa hostage ya. I don't know. Yeah, boo. But didn't you see the images? One images no. Well, did you see the images that is in the social media? My brother, didn't you see the images in the social media?
I saw the images on social media, but I'm saying that these guys have confirmed that they did not beat him, and Omu raised a lot of issues that Omu from Munsankano. Intina Mibuza so Morrison, Ushana Yabuno.
Me say, Omu raised Omu Abuna. You saw the images. That tells you something about. If you see all this, that's okay. When credibility of the person who is talking to you about that should be questioned. What is more distant than reliable than these photo images that were captured and posted on social media? That is it. It tells you clearly credibility is the issue. What is the one? Didn't you see the referee being beaten around? They were policemen, but they were able to beat them. They beat them and they locked them. They were taking hostage for over 3 hours. I personally had to call because when they were under pressure, they called people within the GF. It was difficult reaching them. When they called me, I never wasted 1 minute. And honestly, I was ready. 3 of our with the national executive were ready. I had taken my car and I was ready. I called them that if the police and they should let us go. If they kill them, they should kill all of us. We're going to get 1 or 2 people to support us and we're going to take our members. Yes, we're ready to do that. If you are not ready to sacrifice your life for your own members, then you are not worth standing to become an executive of the team. That is it.
Simona, George, I'm not forced to say where they need them. Who to Okraforo now who to Mamone Sofo. I'm forced to Ukraine. Me, members ni biya jidimbone. Omu kodi bo Ukraine ye tu omudia na resist suspicions. Inzike baya futu amount for person odi mo ni say. Omu fa no kredie pepeye na omu nyan konkonsana na no krotum for okra kan wansem say referees no mumfa no kre na nya adwuma mbatwa no so yi ano sen
ni nyina no kra pa say me yeti otumfo mpenfo no kan yeti ni nyina o otumfo kasai honorable minister of education okasa wa parliament floor yeti ni nyina and anything I say we want to have a meeting with the GFA over these issues. There are certain things that we'll talk about in-house to get this in resolved. And yentu a man for medium. We know what we tell them in-house. We want to get this particular opportunity to talk to GFA. Then we can put them together in part of one particular room at a location and we near to a mufu. Futu ni yebe to a mufu. Ye two ebinufu. Abontin outside we've called 1 or 2 of them. We've spoken to them and they are aware that certain things that happened shouldn't have happened. But the thing is that GFA uses them week in, week out. We need to seek their audience in order to gain access to them. So that whatever we discuss with them, GFA will not have any suspicion that you're going to papa. So that when we are discussing, they will be there to hear what we will tell the referees. That's what we're looking for. We're not getting that particular opportunity. We need it today. You can go and tell them that we say we need it today. They should call us and we'll come and talk about it immediately. But I'm sorry, my time is going because I'm supposed to meet and I'm have a meeting, an urgent meeting somewhere. I don't know whether that will be okay with you.
George, it will be fine. But my final question is that the GFA have brought up proposed enhanced security protocols at our various stadia. Yesterday, trained the match commissioners on these new arrangements. Ebeboa.
Who's security? You know, some friend. If some friends stakeholders, some that particular, you know, it's a good move. It's good, but unfortunately, Referee Association of Ghana were not part of the stakeholders they invited.
Wow.
So we have seen there are some loopholes within. If they call us and we sit, it's part of the issue. You are forcing me to bring some of the issues out. When we sit down, we will tell them that this one that you did, you should have done it this way, you should have done it this way. There are some few things they want to add to it, and that is it. That's what I'm saying. We need to meet them, but I understand the protocols are for the premier. Just like it was explained by the general secretary in one of the media outlets. I agree. It's for the premier. So what is that of Division 1 and what are the other division, Division 2 and the women? What are their protocols? And you are still allowing that particular games to continue without a protocol. Are we still continuing under the old regime where anybody at all can go and beat someone and walk scot-free? Why is it that when someone beats a referee, when people beat a referee at a particular stadium, sometimes there no arrest at all. But when you are walking on the street and someone slaps you and you go to report, it's a very big case. Do you know that?
Sure.
Are the laws on the streets different from the stadium? Is it not part of Ghana? That is a difficulty I would not understand. If someone should slap a referee on the field of play and he's arrested, treat him just like any other person would slap any ordinary person on the street. That is what the issue is. When the referees commit mistakes in the game, GFA has the right to deal with them. They can suspend them. There are so many. Look, no referee will be happy when they officiate and come out and they tell them, look, this and I did is wrong and this and this. You will feel very bad. I've been a referee for over 20 years. I know what I'm talking about. I've been a FIFA referee and I understand what you. As well, you travel to African countries and you handle a match, and your match commissioner will tell that in the first half, did you see this? Look at this. Look at this. You feel very bad. After you finish a game, you go back to the hotel. They will play by the same match and you sit behind and you watch. Hey, say, but this, why did I do this? You would feel extremely bad. So nobody's happy doing that unless the person wants to manufacture certain bad infringements. And that one, if you are caught, we know the consequences. So the people should stop. 1, threatening referees. 2, beating them. 3, trying to do a lot of things just to make sure that the referee is intimidated to officiate in your favor. It's not something that is good. So if you are saying, yeah, some of our members, I agree, they've not lived up to expectation, but that does not mean that you should beat them like they are being beaten as if they are supposed to be sacrificed. No, we don't do that. So thank you very much.
George, it's been nice talking to you. God bless you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
That's George Saijah. He's a chairman of the Referees Association of Ghana. Extensive, educative, and interesting conversation with the Referees Association of Ghana's chairman. I'm sure my friend Alex Cote is listening. Alex, in some papa na kan de one be ya no dia enye kura o. Yabeko break, we are back on Max TV live.